This went Fist Fly with Big Nige, and welcome to our latest edition of Boxing Weekly Roundup. Once again, I just want to thank you to all the viewers that have been tuning in and watching all our videos. We really do appreciate it, and so long may it continue. Guys, last week I went in on Jarrell Miller, and to some extent I didn't even feel bad. But this week, he's gone and eclipsed everything I've said from last week. So remember, I mentioned he got his boxing license approved from the Nevada state. His comeback fight has now been cancelled because Jarrell Big Baby Miller has failed a latest drug test, reportedly I should say. What the? Yes, that's correct. He's failed another drugs test. So for those who don't know, he was scheduled to fight Jerry Forrest on July the 9th on the Top Rank show as a headliner. That fight will no longer take place. Jerry Forrest will now be fighting someone else, according to Top Rank promoter Bob Arum. It's believed to be the substance called GW1516, so 1516. That is one of the 3 failed drug tests he failed in the build-up to his fight with Anthony Joshua last year. Guys, I'm not being funny, but when I said that his ban was too short, I mean his ban was too short, because look, the idiot has gone and failed another drugs test. He's actually gone and failed another drugs test. Like, he clearly hasn't learned from his lesson. Once a cheat, always a cheat. And in my opinion, he should never ever set foot in a boxing ring again. It's a no-brainer for me, but hey, it is what it is. So apparently, last time when he failed the drugs test before the AJ fight, his boxing license for the Nevada state had expired. Hence why there was no suspension or anything like that. The idiot has only gone and got his boxing license approved not long ago, and now he's gone and failed. So this time, the Nevada State Commission must punish his ass. I'm being serious, because it's gone past taking a mick, taking advantage. The brother has no care for anyone else in the game, only but himself, to cut corners. That just shows what level of a character he is as well. He has no faith in his own ability and relies on performance-enhanced drugs to get him through the line, to be able to compete with elite fighters. He ain't even in that category, so I don't even want to even say that. My theory is, another thing which was quite interesting, which I saw on social media, was Deontay Wilder posted a video in October 2017. Check the dates, October 2017. And the person who was recording in the video asked him on his thoughts on Jarrell Big Baby Miller. And he just basically said he has no ratings for him, doesn't respect him. You got to be careful for the ones who scream the loudest and act out of character, because those are the ones you need to keep your eye on. And another thing which I found quite interesting was, he said at the end of the video, you got to stay away from them PEDs, man. You got to stay away from them PEDs. Unfortunately, Deontay, he did not take your food for thought, because the boy was enhancing on them drugs. Unfortunately, he didn't get to perform against the elite fighters. Former world WBA lightweight champion Anthony Crolla basically had his take on the whole matter as well, and basically called him a walking pharmacy, which I find quite amusing because it is quite funny. And these were his exact words when he was talking to TalkSport. It's laughable, and it's not laughable, because performance-enhancing drugs in a sport like boxing is dangerous. I believe they should carry out some kind of prison sentence. God forbid the opponent on the receiving end takes ill, or is never the same again in life, or doesn't even make it through. I think there should be a prison sentence for it. You said it then, he was a walking pharmacy. One thing's bad enough, but the amount of gear in him, and then to do it again. He was playing that bad guy thing, and now you failed again. And bear in mind, he failed before that as well. Ban him for life. You've got to ban him for life. I completely agree with every single thing that Anthony Crolla has said, because he tried to play that whole victim card of, yeah, I wasn't aware of it. What's your excuse now? Do you know what? I actually can't wait until he actually posts a video to see what he actually says. Knowing the idiot, he'll probably come up with another excuse anyways. No ratings at all. And he gets everything he deserves. Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury have been going back and forth on social media over the last 24 hours. Guys, I think I mentioned Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury almost every week, so I'm not even going to go into too much detail because clearly they've got enough energy to be going back and forth on social media, calling each other bums, dossers, cowards, and so on and so forth. The only way to settle this feud is for them to fight in the ring. It's that simple. Like, forget about after Whyte fights Povetkin, after Fury fights Wilder, let them get on in the ring and they'll win a face AJ. It's that simple. Only thing I'll say to Dillian Whyte is do not let Tyson Fury play mind games on you, bro. He's done it with Klitschko. He's done it with Wilder. Bro, don't let him live in your mind for free, rent free, as they like to say. Don't get heavily invested. Focus on what you need to do now. And when the time comes, you handle your biz with Fury. Because this is exactly what Fury wants. To push your buttons, provoke you, so you act out of character. And then when the time does come for you to fight, you're all fighting based on emotion rather than with your head. So do not fall into the mind games of Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. I beg, my bro. But that's what I'm going to say on it, really. And that's that. A new date has been announced for Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce. October 24th. It's been revealed from Frank Warren at the O2, hopefully with crowds being attendant at the venue. Frank Warren is hopeful that the government will give the all clear for crowds to be at the venue by that time, because obviously it adds more animosity and enthusiasm to the venue itself. This is the second time the date's been moved. I don't know why he moved it from April to July, because it was literally fresh in Corona. But hopefully, October 24th, we do get to see that fight. And the winner of that fight, ending 2020, entering 2021, surely will be in that bracket now for contention for world honours. So who knows? Will it be Daniel Dubois? Will it be Joe Joyce? I already know who I've got my money on. So let me know your thoughts at the bottom and let's have a debate. Eddie Hearn has officially announced that Matchroom Fight Camp will take place at the headquarters of Matchroom in the back garden. There's been a lot of speculation. He's been talking about it on IFL and so on and so forth. It's now finally come to fruition. A lot of months of planning, and now we're actually seeing it come to light, which is very interesting. Big up yourself, Eddie Hearn, because you're a man that always thinks outside the box, so I've got to give you credit. It's going to be 4 consecutive weeks of actions in August, starting from the 1st, the 7th, the 14th, and the last final show, which will be the 22nd. I believe it's been announced that the last show will be headlined for Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin on a pay-per-view with the undercard of Katie Taylor. She's no longer. I didn't see Amanda Serrano on there, which was interesting. Apparently, there's been a bit of a slight issue, but Eddie Hearn said that they're in a binding agreement that she should be fighting, but just in case, they've contacted Delphine Persoon, who she fought at Madison Square Garden on June 1st, which I believe she lost, but again, that's another story. Everyone has their own opinion. But if she fights Delphine Persoon instead of Amanda Serrano, I can't lie, guys, it might be a mad one, because Delphine Persoon, her style is absolutely terrible for someone of Katie Taylor's expertise with her style. So, who knows? But I do hope it is Amanda Serrano, because I haven't seen much of her, but her accolades don't lie. So it will probably be one of the biggest fights in the women's boxing history to date. There's some good fights on the Matchroom Fight Camp. I believe Jordan Gill versus Reece Bellotti is one to watch. It'll be interesting to see how those two fare up. We've also got Sam Egginton and Ted Cheeseman. Again, first thing that came to thought was Slugfest. because I know Eggington is a come forward fighter and gets hit a lot. But then I believe Ted Cheeseman will use the boxing side to just jab in and out and pick off shots and hopefully come out with a victory. Another fight that stood out to me was Terry Harper and Natasha Jonas. They're fighting for the WBC and IBO world titles. This will be the first all-British women's title fight in history, so you don't want to miss this. I actually don't know who my money's on, so I'm intrigued to find out who wins. Another fight that stood out for me was Chris Kongo and Luther Clay. Both of them have been going back and forth for a while on social media, and we spoke to Chris Kongo earlier on to get his thoughts on the fight being announced and boxing being back, really. Fam, boxing is back. Mr. Eddie Hearn announced on Friday, Matchroom Fight Camp will take place from August, 4 consecutive weeks. Obviously, you were announced on the undercard on the final show, which is a big move. Obviously, against your guy, Luther Clay. Yeah. That's what it is, man. What's going on with you two, bro?
Boy, it should have been earlier. This fight should have been on the first show, which I originally wanted it to be. But obviously, we had a little setback. Well, he had a little setback, not me. So, yeah, it was going back and forth and talking about dates and stuff. But, yeah, it was just literally that, man. But now the date's been set and we're just ready to go.
That's good to hear, man. That's good. I see you guys been going back and forth on socials, man. So obviously talk us about that,
man. So basically, like he said, he was talking a bit like, he was basically talking as a professional, how we should be. So 7 weeks, he said, I said 7 weeks, I'll be ready, don't worry, that's no problem. He said, 7 weeks, you should be ready. Do you want a medal or something? So I said, okay, no problem. So come to the live now, we're talking about the fight, because he had plenty of excuses, him and his manager. They're not on the same page. You know, he's saying one thing, his manager saying one thing. Like, it looks so messy, it's unreal. So they've come back to us and said they want to take the fight, but not now because they won't be ready. I'm like, what do you mean? July is like, obviously, because the fights were supposed to be in July, but it's been moved to August now. So I was thinking, July is a good time for me. I'll be more than ready. I've been keeping myself in shape. Yeah. The main thing for me in this time, we know that gyms were closed. The main thing for me was just, we're boxers. So the only thing I was doing was just boxing. Literally boxing, learning, just everything, bro. You know what I mean? Anything to do with boxing, I was doing it. So that was the main thing, doing a few runs here and there, but it's all about boxing, man, because that's what we do. Yeah. So, he said on the Insta Live that he won't be ready. He needs more than 8 weeks to get ready. He hasn't been training for 5 whole weeks during lockdown.
Swear down.
And it didn't make sense to me. I said, how can you call yourself a professional? You ain't done nothing. You ain't even been to do like a little run. He ain't done none of that. So, what can I say?
That's why he didn't sound so confident on the Insta Live.
Yeah, he wasn't confident at all. He left the Insta Live because I was speaking facts. I was telling him, you can't call yourself a professional if you're telling me you ain't done one training session in 5 weeks. How do you even feel good within yourself? Like, even after fights, after a week of me not being in the gym, it's like, nah, man, I need to do something.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? My body itches for it. So you can tell his head ain't really in the game.
Yeah. That's
what I mean. His head ain't really in the game. So it's more benefit for me. I know I've got the mental edge over him because he knows that I've been training and he hasn't been training. So he's catching up. I'm maintaining right now. I'm doing good. In fact, we're going to take a couple of days off, might even take a week off. Please. The reason being is because we don't want to overwork and go in there in 8 weeks' time, because we still got a lot of time. We've got 8 weeks, yeah? I've been doing everything. I've been working. So we don't want to go in there and burn ourselves out. So why not? We're going to take a couple of days off. I'm chilling. I've chilled all weekend. Um, I'm sparring tomorrow, but after that, I'm going to give myself a couple of days off, man.
Yeah, rest the body, refresh.
Of course.
You're at a good stage right now, so there's no pressure on you to.
I'm at a very good stage.
Play
I mean, I could.
like that.
If the fight was in 4 weeks' time, that would be so much better for me. You know, I'll be ready then. So yeah, we're just gonna take our time and we're gonna train smart. You know, we're gonna train very smart.
That's good to hear, man. Keep that up, bro. How big of a victory would it be, or a big statement, I should say, in your division, if you clean him out, as in like TKO, or just basically show levels? Like how big of a statement is that for you in your career, and how many more opportunities would it open for you?
It'll open many opportunities for me to get this win here. We all know Luther Clay. He's a good fighter and stuff. He's gonna come to fight. I know what he's gonna try and do already. We already know he's gonna try get to the later stages of the fight and try and wear me out. But that's not gonna happen. You lot already know who are. In fact, he shouldn't even try to do that because you lot already know who I've got in my corner, and we all know what Jimmy Mack is about.
We'll talk.
When it comes to conditioning and being able to stay at a good weight and at good pace in fights, we all know that I'm gonna have that in the tank anyway.
For real.
So what can he possibly do that's gonna? I'm thinking what he could possibly do that's gonna, that's gonna do something to me in a fight. But I don't know. You never know what tricks he has up his sleeve. The main thing I'm working on it myself, really. I'm not really caring about Luther Clay. I'm not watching anything he does. I'm watching myself right now. So, yeah, man.
Well, that's it for this week's Boxing Weekly Roundup with Big Nige. Thank you for all of those who have tuned in. Continue to like, share, and of course subscribe. And don't forget to comment on below on anything I've spoken about. Have a blessed week. Peace.